Hello, this is Camille with Mimi Journals, and today I wanted to show you guys my main planner setup. So I actually have quite a lot of planners and journals that I use for this year, and I will be doing a separate video on my journal like 2022 lineup, but today I just wanted to share with you this planner specifically. So this is my everyday carry. I have a group of them that go around in my backpack, but this is the one that I take absolutely everywhere with me no matter what I'm doing. And it works both as my wallet and as my planner. And I do kind of a Mod Podge sort of thing when it comes to planning. So I just have my regular wallet set up over here and nothing too fancy. And then I tuck in some sticker sheets that I want to be using on a regular basis into the plastic covering of my Hobonichi Weeks Mega. So I just have the Hobonichi Weeks Mega in the pink color. I was really excited about the pink when I first got it, but honestly I don't really feel like it suits the leather very well. So yes, I am really happy with this little set of stickers that I keep up here. Most of them are from, let me find it, sticktoclub.com. I'm actually considering getting a subscription with them because I found a whole bunch of their stickers at Owajimaya and I was just really impressed with the variety. So I might follow through with that, we'll see. But I'm just chugging away at those. So all of these are from that same company. And then if they are using art from different artists, they put the labels of the artist down at the bottom. So it looks like it's kind of like a collaborative effort sort of thing. They make sticker sheets of artists that you can oftentimes find on Instagram. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is one of my all-time favorite sheets. So I've been having a hard time at using it because I love it so much. And so it's one of those catch-22 situations. But yeah, I just find this art absolutely stunning. And then this one I've gone about halfway through. And this is just a standard sheet from the traveling company or something like that. I don't know. I just like the look of stamps, so that's what I went with. I will preface this with I would say 90% of the way I plan in here I am extremely happy with. It is the closest I've come to planner piece, the whole 9. I'm still tweaking the system a little bit, and so you'll kind of hear me talk about some of the things that I'm considering changing and stuff like that. But right now, this is what I got. So I was using a different pen here for a long time. This is currently a Micron in the 01 size, and I was using this one, the Uniball Vision Elite. This pen is so smooth and so gorgeous, and I love it to death. The only reason I switched over, because I do love this pen as well, it's just a very different feel. The only reason I switched over is because this is pretty thick, and because of how smooth it is, it stays wet longer, and I'm left-handed, so the combination of this being thick and it being wet, it tended to just get messy more than I was hoping. And I also wanted to practice writing smaller and more neatly, whereas this, just the way it writes, it doesn't really work for me trying to write really small, let alone neatly, since the ink stays wet so long. So that's the situation there, and you'll kind of see that in the planner as I go along. I was planning on using this area as kind of a dashboard to hold just different things that I needed, and so obviously some sticky notes are here for whenever I need them. For those who don't know, the Hobonichi Weeks Mega is a Japanese planner on Tomo river paper. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this is called. And it has the year at a glance. And then it also has a year at a glance as a calendar that you can use. I haven't found a use for this yet, but if anyone has any suggestions or comes up with anything that they feel like would fit, you're welcome to let me know. I have used something similar to this in planners that had bigger spaces. The issue I'm having with trying to figure out what to do with this is that the spaces are just so tiny that it's like I'd probably track something maybe, but if I did, it would be like 1 or 2 things max. I apologize if my voice sounds funny sometimes. I keep yawning. Oh my gosh, I'm like so tired, but I just really wanted to make this video, so here we are. And then it has the monthly view. So the monthly view, I've been wanting to get kits to decorate the sides and decorate the bottom and just kind of make it look prettier. But what's going on here is I choose a sticker that represents just kind of the overall feel of that day for me personally, so that I have a visual representation of how the month went. It's something that I've been doing for years, and it's something that I've been doing across my different planner systems as the years have gone on, and it's just like a habit that I've just really enjoyed and stuck with. And so yeah, I just like a lot of these stickers have different symbolism to me. Some of them are very literal, but most of them are symbolic, and then some of them are just fun, like, oh, I don't know, felt like that sticker was cute and it fit the day kind of thing. So it really varies quite a lot. I feel like it is a spread that really only makes sense to like my head, because there's no reason why you guys would know what this stuff means. But here we are. So that's that. I also have these cute little copper tabs, and that's how I keep track of the different sections. I am very happy with them. I think that they're very pretty. They do slide around really easily, so I'm kind of on the fence about that, but I think that it makes it so they don't chew up the pages nearly as much, so I'm kind of okay with it, just because I know that it actually is making it easier on the paper. So, you know, you can't have everything kind of thing. Like, it has so many good traits that it's fine. So that is the monthly section. Goes on, starts in December of last year, and then goes until, oh, it goes further than I thought it did actually. It goes till March of the following year, so 2023. So I will be out of this planner before March. I mean, I'll be out of this planner probably at the end of November of this year, just because Hobonichi weeks, they start in December of the previous year. So that's when I will be making my transition. So this is the weekly section. I will show you what it looks like blank so that you have point of reference. So you have the horizontal week on the side, and then you have an empty graph paper on the opposite side, and in the back you have a large notes section, which we'll go over in a second. I'm not going to show you too much of what I write back there, just because it's like finances and personal stuff usually, but you can just kind of see how the overall setup is working. So if you look at this, it looks very busy, and that is because I do a combination of planning and just documenting. I am somebody who likes to keep track of the things that I've accomplished, even if they weren't planned on being accomplished, just because it really helps motivate me to stay productive. It helps me recognize that I'm not wasting my time and that I am getting a lot done, or even on days where maybe I didn't get a lot done, it helps me like be like, okay, that was a rest day kind of thing. So it keeps me grounded in how I'm spending my time, how I'm allocating my time, and like how that's impacting me. And so as you'll learn this being on my channel, I am super into documenting, and I like document freaking everything. So that is just how that goes. So here I have a combination of things that were like events. So events are usually highlighted and emphasized in some way. The check marks are usually things that weren't necessarily planned, but I got them accomplished. I track almost everything, just in different like ways and in different journals, and I'm sure a lot of people would find it like really over the top, but you got to do what makes you happy, you know what I mean? So I tend to like put hearts in front of things I'm thankful for. I ended up getting a gratitude journal. I will show that later. So a lot of the gratitude has since been moved out of here. I put checks in front of things, like I said, that I accomplished but weren't necessarily part of my to-do list. I try to keep track of when I check in with people, because that's just something that I like actively am very proactive about in life, is I try to check in with my friends and just kind of make sure that I'm holding myself accountable for the impact that I'm having on other people's lives. So that tends to be in here. And yeah, things I'm thankful for. I think that's it. And so this documenting plus events plus to-dos, most of the time my to-do list actually isn't on the week part. It's over here. Every once in a while there will be a to-do over here, but it's only because it's very specific to that day, and most of my to-dos are not day specific. And so that's why I have like document what you accomplished, document events, right, like track planned events, and then to-do list over here. That just works better for how my weeks tend to be structured. And then I want to put stickers, but it's been going kind of back and forth, just because I write so much. There usually isn't really a lot of room for stickers, but like I said, it's just a modge podge of documentation and to-do lists, and that actually works really, really well for me. I think the parts that I am not struggling with, but like just debating on how I should approach it differently, is I want to make sure that my handwriting gets better. Like, it's just easier to read. It's more, I don't know if dainty is the right word, but it's more like small and clean. And so I want to make sure I'm doing that. I also want to make sure that I'm just challenging myself to make my spreads look cuter, prettier, whatever, because I do love this thing so much, and it tracks like so much of my life, and it's just this, like, for me it's just such an important keepsake that I want to make sure I'm not just enjoying it while I'm using it, I'm going to enjoy it when I look back on it. And so there's just certain like kind of end goals, if you will, on how I write in here and what that looks like. And so some of the weeks, as you can tell, are just like crazy packed and messy. Like this week is just so messy, and that's just because I had so much going on. You can also tell I'm left-handed because like my pen like smears all the time, but this thing is so well loved. I use very little decoration right now, but like I said, that is something I'm considering changing. I have the classic Simply Gilded washi down at the bottom a lot of times, and then I stick stickers in here and there when I feel like there's room. Usually I stick stickers in at the end, because that's when I know that I'm done. So here's all the extra room that I didn't use, and then I like pop stickers in to kind of fill unused space. So that's how that goes. Like all these kind of came in after. These came in after. And so we'll see if I come up with a better kind of strategy around that. Who knows? And we are at the current week. So as you can tell, as the week went on, I mean, granted, we're only in Wednesday, but I was pretty determined to start working on my handwriting and making it look a little bit different. And so I know how to write very cleanly. I just get busy, and so then I write very sloppy, and I want to be better about that. So sloppy in the beginning, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to get better. So you can kind of see that here. And then just normal to-do list, nothing super fancy. I usually don't put work to-dos in here. I usually keep work stuff completely separate for a lot of reasons, mostly HIPAA, because I am a counselor. But this week in particular, I've just been so busy and just had so much going on that I wanted the reminders of some work stuff in here to kind of help motivate me to get it done, kind of thing. And then I also, like, I have Bible studies that I go to, and we talk about just different ways to be kingdom cultured and apply the things that we learn about Christ and what he wants for us and stuff. And so I have been thinking about how can I incorporate that into my planning and like put like reminders in my planner or like put like focuses in my planner. So that is also going to be a piece that's sort of changing over time. So like this week was the first week that I wrote anything about that in here. I write a lot of things in a lot of places. But in here, during Tuesday is one of my Bible studies, and we talked a lot about how God talks to us and our expectation of God talking to us, and like what questions to ask him that are gonna motivate us to listen to him, and like just different things like that. And so one of the challenges that the person who runs our Bible study suggested is to ask yourself all throughout the week this week, how does God see you? And then expect his answer, like be actively listening for his answer, and, you know, obviously chew on the results. And so I was like, okay, I want to remind myself to focus on this. I want to take this challenge very seriously and see what comes of it. And I also want to be more creative with how I'm approaching my planning as a whole, and not just endlessly dumping in this massive mess, because while that information is very precious to me, I do want the visual experience to also be enjoyable. And so it's nothing fancy, but obviously I put, you know, color and little things here. So who knows, maybe I will doodle more in this planner as time goes on. We will see. It is very, very well loved, and it will continue to be well loved even if it remains messy, but I am trying to make it a little less messy, a little more visual. So that's where we're at. It is only like literally day 2 of February, so you basically are getting a January flip through of my Hobonichi Weeks Mega. So this next part, I'm going to try to be very careful. I might have to edit out some stuff, because there's plenty of stuff in here that you don't need to see. But basically it starts out with notes section, goes on. So I have just a ton of stuff in here. So I'm going to, I'm going to just do a blank page like this so we can talk about it. So I put a bunch of stuff back here. I put, it's kind of like bullet journaling is a good way to explain it. So I do finances back here. I do wish lists back here. I do just elaborations on the day back here before I got a better journaling system. So that's for the conversation. So in the very beginning, I had just like everything back here, including old weeks that were before the planner started, because I got to what's the word I'm looking for? Impatient, and I moved in here sooner than it was prepared for. It started in December and I moved in here in November. That's what I was trying to say. And stuck some stickers back here because why not? And I wrote a bunch of stuff back there. So I have this thing about journaling where I find journaling extremely healthy, and I am just like all about it and more, but I'm always on the fence about how much of it I should be sharing. And yeah, because I do a mix. I do a lot of documenting and just like, this is what happened in life. I do a lot of reflection. I do a lot of planning. I do a lot of just like being thankful, like being very gratitude focused. And then I do a lot of how vulnerable can I allow myself to be in order to heal, in order to move forward, in order to grow, in order to be the best woman of Christ that I possibly can. And so I will, like, my writing will totally hit the gamut. Like, it will, sometimes it's just simple facts, other times it's like ridiculously personal, other times it's just like really vulnerable thoughts that are just dumb and that just were in my head, and so I wanted them out of my head. Like, it's just all over the place. And so I originally started doing some of that in here, and then I quickly realized this is something that I want to feel safe around other people and not worry about, like, if it gets flipped open or if people are looking at it. I don't want to feel like, oh no, what if they read, things. And so I definitely realized that like the more vulnerable writing and like the practice of vulnerability, because that's something I practice, which is a whole nother video practically, is something that doesn't belong in this thing that's just going to get thrown around and going to be in every possible social situation. So I'm trying to figure out the best use for these back sheets. Originally, it was just like bullet journaling that included all the things, right? Like I just said. And there is quite a lot of sheets back here. It is like 215. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I think, elaborating on my day is not a bad plan, but I definitely have to make sure that it's not like diary writing. I think that having collections back here, right? So like lists to refer to, just about different things could potentially work, but I have a separate journal for all of my projects. I am a major, I have a million hobbies, and so I'm a major project oriented person. So I have a whole nother journal just for projects, for like all of the random things that I do. I write down all of the notes about it and the expenses and the like ideas and the just everything. I literally just have a project journal. So that's not going to go back here. I think it's really going to be day-to-day life stuff that is back here. But like I said, be, with a filter, right? Not be so personal, so that I can continue to share it with whoever, whether that's friends in my life or here on social media. So that's that. I also want to make it pretty, of course. So there's that. So that is everything. Besides this little pouch, this pouch I just keep normal stuff in. I keep like change, and I keep medicine, and just like whatever else I need. And I just realized this. I got like ink or water on it or something. That's not good. I don't know how that happened. I don't even know when that happened. Sad. Okay, anyways, this wallet itself is from Gallon Leather Co. It is a brand that I love, 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 love. I have only one product from them, but I am always like looking at their stuff because I'm just ready to get the next, like, I am going to use this all year for sure. I love it, but I'm already ready to get another one and just put it on a different journal, because that's how impressed I've been with their product, with their leather care. They do an excellent job. So if you are looking for leather covers, leather wallets, leather stuff, I highly recommend that company. But yeah, that is everything. Thank you so much for listening to my very rambly video and keeping up with me as I try to explain how I use my current planner, and you'll be seeing much more from me. But that is all for now. All right. Bye.